Good morning. This is going to be a reaction to Medusa Gotti, which is AKA Alexis. She is Paris's mother, which is Chris's baby mother. She is the mother of his daughter. You know, the little girl that we always speak about that we never see or hear about, which is Paris. Okay, Chris's baby mama decided to come to YouTube to let us know about her relationship with Chris, which is Jasmine, my Jazzy's life baby daddy. He's the father of Legendary. She decided to come to YouTube and let us know about her relationship with Chris and how controlling he was when they were in the relationship with one another. How she had a set of rules that she had to follow as far as like them sharing one phone, her only being able to get in contact with her family through Facebook, how she was naive and gullible, with meeting him and things of that nature because she was young. So she knew that, there were certain flags that were raised that she decided to ignore, but proceeded with the relationship with this man. And while being with him, she noticed certain things that she said that when she would go to the basketball gym with him, which where she met him, she said that she was friends with someone that stayed in some type of house where guys that played basketball, and Chris was one of the guys that stayed there. And they would see her coming in and out of the gym. And, she was very attractive. She had a nice body and she dressed very well. And, people found her attractive and he did. So, they started liking each other or whatever. And I guess they started having conversations. And when she went to a game that he was playing or whatever, he let her know that it was men that were conversating about her, saying how she was attractive and things of that nature. And she didn't understand as to why he wouldn't let people know that he actually really liked her. And when men tried to basically shoot their shot at her, he was just basically telling them to go ahead instead of just letting them know that, like, hey, she's spoken for, I'm talking to her, I'm dating her, I'm courting her. So you know what? Don't step to her. He was just basically like, I guess, challenging those men to see. In my opinion, any man that's going to let another man step to his woman or someone that he's pursuing and try to address them or shoot their shot, he's basically trying to see what your response is going to be, how you're going to react to someone trying to shoot their shot at you, to see if you're going to take the bait or not, to see what type of woman you are. So therefore, that's why he was allowing those men to hit on her, because he wanted to see if she was easy and see if she was going to basically talk to the dudes that were trying to talk to her. That's what I gathered from the whole situation. Then, not to mention, basically, him getting his first baby mama pregnant, the one with the twins, the one with the twin boys. He got her pregnant before he left Texas, the night before he left Texas to go back to California, because that's where they initially met, was off in California. And he ended up going back to Texas due to his mother being sick. And she ended up traveling back with him to go to the funeral, which she said that's how she met the family and I guess the first baby mama as well. And she said it was very awkward because, it's very strange to meet somebody under those type of conditions, which I understand. The type of man that he is, he's irresponsible. He doesn't do the things that he's supposed to do to make sure that everything is accounted for. Like, he should have told her that he was going to have his baby mama there or whatever the case may be. So then there wouldn't be no issue. But I'm sure that it was awkward for her to have to, meet the family and then meet the baby mama as well. And then not to mention him telling her that I guess the twins' mother would feel some type of way if he was off in a relationship, so therefore she would keep the children away from him, allegedly. So he played this game with Paris's mother, which is Medusa Gotti, Alexis, and told her that, I have to do these things in order to see my sons, because if I don't, then I'm not going to be able to see them. I'm not going to be able to have a relationship with them. So, I have to go over here. She goes to work overnight, so I have to stay with the boys overnight while she's working. And she said she basically went along with that because she didn't want to be the reason why he was not able to have a relationship with his boys. So therefore, she just went along with him going over there while she stayed at home with their child or whatever the case may be, while he went over there or while she was alone. He would go over there overnight and stay with the boys because the mother was supposed to be working overnight. So I was just thinking to myself, Jasmine is always seeing how this boy is always at work. It's a possibility that he's doing the same thing to her. I know that Alexis and Chris's relationship was many years ago, over 10 years ago, and they have not been with one another or whatever. But you know what? He seems to be the same way that she described him. The same way that he was with her is the same way he is with Jasmine. He's never there. He's always gone 24 hours out of the day. So therefore he's spending his time elsewhere with somebody else. That's evident. I mean, like, seriously, we could say allegedly he's with someone else, because for someone to always be gone from home but can't even purchase a car seat for their son, he's sitting off in an infant car seat, and this man has not went to go purchase one for his kid yet. But he's working all of these different hours. Let Alexis tell it that, he was playing these games with her, talking about how he had to go and be with his boys overnight due to their mom going to work. And she was in for it because she didn't want to be the reason why he couldn't see his kids. So this is possibly what he got going on. He's trying to basically find somewhere else to stay because he's getting tired of being where he's at, or he's just trying to find another place where he can go lay his head at and be cool. You know what I'm saying? If something happens between him and Jasmine is always going to be a revolving door without this whole situation because she wants to have somebody and she feels like she needs somebody, so therefore she's willing to be a doormat. But it was just like, okay, so he was doing all of this with you, having you thinking that he had to go over there and stay overnight with those boys while his mama went to work. And you went along with that, thinking that you was doing something good, but really and truly, you don't know what type of relationship that him and his first baby mama was having. So therefore, it just didn't make any sense to me. But she said she was young and she was naive within this relationship, and that, it was a lot of red flags that she did ignore, that she should have paid attention to, but she didn't. And she ended up getting pregnant, and, he was there for her for the pregnancy or whatever the case may be. And things like that or whatever. But as far as like him holding down a job, keeping a job, it was, hard for him to do so, and it seems to be the same track record that he has as of now. Jasmine hops on her and talks about him having all of these jobs and things, but when it comes to her financial needs, he's never there for the support. He never can support that, and it makes no sense to me. But she was just basically wanting to get on here and talk about how her experience was with him and how he was controlling, how he had controlling behavior, and how, certain things were going on between her and him, to where she ended up leaving and going back to California. I believe that's where she is right now. I don't believe she's in Texas. I am going to do a part 2 to this because she did a part 2 to her story. So I will be doing a part 2 as well in regards to the other things that she was saying. But basically, I just wanted to touch on this one because she was just basically letting it be known that his behavior has, when she was with him, that his behavior was out of control. He was controlling. There were certain things, like I said, that she couldn't do, with certain things that she had to follow when it came to him. And it was just, this is the same stuff that Jasmine have to be going through. It's just that she puts it on as if like, oh, he loves me, he cares about me. If he didn't care about me, why would he be here? A lot of men do what they need to do if they need rooming and boarding. So therefore, there you have it. He's going to do whatever he feels that he needs to do in order to secure a place to stay, because he's a homosexual, and that's how she picked him up. It's by him being homeless and not having nowhere to go. So now that he has found somewhere to go, he's trying to find somewhere else to go, it seems like to me, because he's never there. And for her to sit there and say, this is the type of stuff that she experienced while being with him, that he was lying to her, telling her that he basically, that he had to go over there to his first baby mom's house just to keep the twins while she worked overnight. First of all, if anything, if he needed to keep those boys would have been coming to where we were staying. Point blank, period. I wouldn't feel okay with him going over there, spending the night overnight at his first baby mama's house. He wouldn't be able to feed me those type of stories and have me thinking that I have to go along with him for him to be able to see his kids. Because if that's the case, then that means that you need to be by yourself and figure that out, because I'm not going to be okay with you leaving my house, going to another woman's house to go take care of your children when your children can come where we're at. And if she has an issue with that, then I mean, like, come on now. It's a part of co-parenting. And you shouldn't have to sit up here and play these type of games in order for you to see your children at all, period. And you shouldn't tell me that I have to go along with it, because if I don't, then that's going to tarnish your relationship with your children. If anything, if you feel like that's such a problem, then you need to talk to your baby mama and get that situation sorted out, to where I won't have to feel like, okay, he's over there at her house and I'm over here by myself with our child, or I'm here by myself while he's leaving and I'm dropping him off. She said she went so far as to dropping him off and being okay with the whole situation. And I'm just like, no, it wouldn't and it couldn't have been me. Yes, he does need to have a relationship with his children, but he would have been having that relationship and whatever else that he had going on without me, because I wouldn't have been okay with taking my man to go drop him off at his baby mama's house so he can go be with his kids. It just wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have been okay with that at all. I would have had to say, you know what, this is not going to work out. Yes, you do need to co-parent with her, and you need to be able to see your children. But at the same time, though, you need to respect me and understand that you wouldn't like if I decided to go stay at my baby's father's house because he worked overnight so that I can keep our daughter. Like, you wouldn't be okay with that. So why should I be okay with dropping you off at this woman's house late at night while you saying that she's going to work? And I don't know if that to be true or not. I'm just going off of what you're saying and trying to respect your decision as far as you seeing what you have to do in regards to seeing your sons. But this is not going to work. If I have to go through all of this, then that means that I need to find something else to do, because yeah, I just wouldn't have been okay with that. And I feel like this is the exact same thing that Jasmine is going through with Chris at this particular moment. It's just that she tries to make it seem like it's something that it's not. He's always at work, but he cannot help you with any type of financial support. Your child is riding around in an infant car seat. He can't get no walker. He can't get no stroller. He can't get money for his helmet. So it's just like, okay, here we go. Now, all of a sudden, he can be on camera with Ava, Amaya, and Caleb, but not Paris. Paris is his daughter. Like, how you think you're going to write off this man's daughter and replace this man's daughter with another child? A child that you're trying to put on him that he don't even want from you, Jasmine. I'm just trying to be just real about this situation. She's always talking about I want a daughter. Like, what you want a daughter for? Because you thinking by you having a daughter is going to replace the daughter that he don't even have a relationship with? Like, let's just be realistic here. How do you feel that he's going to do anything more for your children that you didn't have with him that he's done did for Paris or the twins that he had with these other women? Like, she really has in her mind that he's going to be something different for her than he was for them. And that's why she puts in her mind that this woman is bitter and that she's jealous and that she's envious of what her and Chris got when he's not even being a father, an active father in his daughter's life. And that's the only daughter that he have. Like, how is it that he didn't see her? He only done seen, the last time he seen this girl was when she was 6 months. And then the first time he seen her was when she was 9 or 10 years old, when she's about to be 11 now. Like, let's just be very clear. Like, he's been a deadbeat this whole entire time. And Jasmine been over there uplifting this man as if he's something and he ain't shit. And people being like, talking about this man. And she's been well aware of what's been going on and what he hasn't been doing. But she still wants to put him on the pedestal and talk about how much of a good father he is. But he's not being a good father to his only daughter that he has. He only has a relationship with his twins. And you okay with that? Like, make that make sense. So I just wanted to get on her and talk about that, because I was just sitting up there as I was watching that part one, how she was explaining how he was controlling and how she had to do certain things and how she had to find ways to communicate with her family. And, basically she packed up and left California just to go to Texas with him because his mother was sick and things of that nature. And then, he ended up, meeting his baby mama, and they ended up having sexual relations. She ended up getting pregnant before he ended up going back to California. The night before he ended up going back to California, she thought that they could make their relationship work, but it didn't work, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact of him being the way that he was. And, her footing all the bills, taking care of all the bills and everything around them because he wasn't a man. So, this is the same things that a Jasmine is doing. Jasmine's trying to make it seem something that more than what it's not. And it's like at this point now that his baby mama has came to YouTube and has expressed her feelings as to what she has been through. Even if it was 10 years ago, this is the stuff that Jasmine is experiencing as we speak, as of right now. So, that's just what it is. I just wanted to get on here and give my opinion as to what I thought about her part one. I will be doing a part two about what was mysteriously on the tablet that just was the last straw. So just make sure, if you have not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you have your notification set to all so you'll know the next time that I do upload a video. And if you are new, I would just like to say welcome to the Straight Facts and Match Experience. I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure y'all do have y'all's bells ringing, because I do have some more content coming up. So just stay tuned. I love y'all. Bye.